So I read 3 books in January, and I thought since I'm a chronic 5-star giver, I would love to see other people throwing dirt on some of my favorite books. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. So whenever I finish a book, I usually don't read the 1-star reviews because I have a feeling I might relate to them and I might agree. And in general, when you like a book, why would you read the 1-star reviews of that book? Make me understand. But that is exactly what I'm going to be doing today. So what are the books that I read this month? Goodreads doesn't have the updated version apparently, so we're gonna go to Fable. Light Lark. I gave it a 4-star. It wasn't the best of books just because of the way it was written, but I loved the concept and I just loved what was happening and I loved the characters, so it was a 4-star for me. Now the thing is, do we start with 1-star or 2-star? I mean, I think the title is 1-star, so let's just start with 1-star. I'm not scared. Also, I'm gonna try and not read any spoilers. This I'm gonna go to Goodreads because I think that is where people really roast the book. So the first review that comes up is a 1-star review. Let's see. Okay, this is a big one. Each scene felt very reminiscent of something out of another YA book. I can proudly say that any comparison to the Hunger Games is unwarranted. Haven't read any of those two. So her talking about the Hunger Games, definitely this book doesn't have anything to do with the Hunger Games. I think the Hunger Games is a feat in itself. Buttery sunlight. That is true. That is something I noticed. The use of the word butter, buttery, sunlight was like the egg yolk. I was thinking about this book or another book. This one I do agree with. It is impossible to get a real grasp on stakes. Oh my god, this one I agree with. The pacing of this thing was excruciating. It slows down a lot at the 30% mark. Yes, as I mentioned somewhere, it made me sleep. And doesn't pick up again until the 70% mark. Yes, and I wish the whole book was that way because the 70% mark was actually so good. Okay, this is very long. I unfortunately agree with all of this, but that doesn't mean I would give it a 1-star. Kind of second guessing my rating now because of how much I related to this girl. Do you see? This is why I don't read 1-star reviews, because I have a feeling I will agree and start hating the book. There's actually very less 1-stars. It's the Hunger Games on Love Island, but not in a good way. World building, it's non-existent. There's no clarity. I agree. Characters, all of them are bland. There's no personality. Oh my god, why do I agree? FMC, she's extremely weak. Someone stop me from reading this because I am agreeing to everything these people are saying. Love interest, I swear, don't ever disrespect. Oh, even this person is like comparing it to those. Writing, it's super messy. There's no life. Imagine eating cardboard as a salad. That's what this book is. That is a great way to compare it though. But it's just like a good time. It's nothing special, but it's a good time. What went right? The cover and the book ends. It's the perfect recipe to put you in a reading slump. Honestly, if I didn't have the next book that I was gonna read be exciting, I would probably honestly go into a reading slump. I want some short ones. I don't like reading so much. As a reader who makes videos about reading. Akatar, sweetie, you don't look so good. Why is everyone comparing it to this? Haha, no, the hype was definitely not worth it. Damn, the tea surrounding this book is hot. Also, I felt like 2 stars down. What's the tea? I don't know. This book triggered my trypophobia with the amount of plot holes it had. Stop agreeing. Everyone makes stupid mistakes in their lives, and I believe one of them is reading this book. Again, this book is a copy of the Akatar series, but in the worst way. Now, I am interested to see what Akatar is about, because I did love the concept of this book, but if this concept is similar to Akatar, maybe I might like Akatar. However, it is a thick book. Okay, there's 5 more, and then we'll be done. I'm having too much fun. This reads like such a joke. They spend the entire book searching for you. They spend the entire book searching for I'm dead serious. Literal I don't if I should laugh. Honestly, I agree. Reading this book hurt more than surgery incisions I'm recovering from. What is that? There's so many hate. 1-star. It's funny how all the bad books have the biggest hype. Kinda want to read 1-star reviews of Fourth Wing because that is one of my favorite books of all time. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Grim grinned. Grim is a tongue twister. Thingy thingy. Meanly meanly. Oh my god. The book is written that way. Those 3 words are literally all of that is how he speaks or reacts. Okay, I think that is it for Light Lark. But is it? No, I've spent 14 minutes literally on one book. Let's move on. Okay, so the next book I read was They Both Die at the End. Now for this one, I am very scared because I absolutely love this book. I don't think anyone could be hating on this book because trust me, it is so good. This will be interesting. I mean, Light Lark, I think I was expecting a little bit, but not that much. I am very scared. Okay, 1-star. I really hope I don't agree with anything they are saying about this book because that would be bad for me. I hope they stay dead. I think this is the first comment that has offended me. None of the ones previous for the previous book offended me. This one, yes it did. Oh my god, they died. Why is that funny? But what do you... If Jake Paul ever sat down to write a touching story where he can appear deep and woke all at the same time, I feel like this would be that book. Do not agree. What do you mean? Writing was clunky. Cringe at worst. No, I was not. I was perfect. I was rolling my eyes. Why? They're so cute. The 2 main characters had no chemistry and I probably should have known that. There's so many. Glad they died. Stop it. Did I read the same book as everyone else? This was borderline torture. The writing was enjoyable, but the story didn't make sense. There was a beginning and an end and a bunch of stuff in between that felt like filler fluff. I had DNF this book. I literally could never. This book had me hooked. Someone says, who cares? We all die at the end, right? So this book does not live up to the hype of being the saddest book ever. Next, the most forced romance I've ever read. A little bit. Because as I was reading this book, I was like, oh my god, I hope they don't fall in love, because I really like this platonic friendship. I was kind of disappointed, but I was like, oh my god, it's okay. Like, you're gonna die. Like, live. It's okay. Oh my god, the closest I came to crying in this book was when I had to put my eye drops in. And I'm pretty sure that was because the writing was so bad, it was making my eyes burn. I literally love the writing. I don't know what all these people are talking about. I died at the end. Oh, it is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible, so I give you a 1. It's not just very good, is it? It was good, okay? Where I agree with these people is, I guess I didn't care that deeply about the characters. Well, I did, but I did not cry when they died at the end, I think because I was just like anticipating they were gonna die. But I did cry before that, just not when they died. I'm still not sure if I actually like this book or not. Please tell me I'm not the only one. You are. Well, seeing the statistics, apparently you're not. Okay, 2 more. That ending seriously caught me off guard. I don't know if this person's being sarcastic or not, because they do die at the end. I'm not sure if this book is overhyped, but it was definitely a really good read. Then why would you give it a 1 star? I like the Mateo and Rufus and saw a little bit of myself in both of them, which made the story even better. Then why did you give it a 1 star? No thanks, I'm going to return this book. I don't even want it on my bookshelf. I don't think I can handle any more hate towards this book, so we're gonna move on to the next one. And this is a book I do not agree with anything the people are saying. I think this is a lovely, innocent book. I love the idea, and I think it's not about reading it that, oh my god, we all die at the end. It's the concept that we are supposed to be living. Also, this is me not coming at anyone. This is my point of view. It just gives us kind of a wake-up call that we should be living the most every day. Because anything can happen anytime. And I think that is the point of this book, and not necessarily that these guys are gonna die and we have to feel sorry for them. Like, yes, it's sad, but also it's like, it's gonna happen, but learn the lesson from the book. Anyways, next book. So finally, the last book on the list is the, what is it called? The Final Gambit, the 3rd book in the Inheritance Game series. Okay, are you ready? I'm excited. I'm actually very scared because I'm afraid I might agree with someone. Oh, there's actually very less 1 stars compared to the other 2 books. Okay. Hashtag justice for Grayson Hawthorne. Grayson, I will avenge you. Watching someone waste money makes me die a little on the inside. Who wasted money? If you have read it, you'll get what I'm saying. And if you haven't, then you should know. Avery picked the lamest guy. Goodbye. Kind of agree, but also like they have a history. Like, it's okay. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna shift her love interest in the upcoming book, so I'm okay for now. Burning this book couldn't even give us a good conclusion for Grayson. So disappointed. I think that is because the series continues. Look, made me so angry. 3 books, and that's how the entire thing ends. Tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't there a next book? Why is also people read this 2 years ago, so there's a new book out now. Waited a year for this book to end like that. Oh my god, let me just check. How many books are there in the Inheritance Game series? 4. There are 4, so there is 1 more. So we're gonna ignore all those because they didn't know what was coming. This book does not exist to me. If Avery won't date Grayson, I will. I agree. No matter how much of a disappointment you are, this book is worse. How do people think of these things to write? It's funny, but also sad. How do you do it? Didn't read it, but I know the ending, and I wish I could give it a negative star rating. The series should have started and ended with book 1. Honestly, that point I do agree a little bit, because I feel like the story has just been dragged on so much. Even the 2nd book, it could have ended there. I think it could have just been like a medium-sized book, and 1 book would be enough. I'm bitter. I'm so bitter. Respectfully, no. Heart emoji. Boring, aka the last of the series, which we always knew we didn't need. A simple standalone would be much more appreciated. Thank you. Again, I do agree. Tobias Hawthorne's game hadn't made me extraordinary. It had shown me that I already was. Honestly, I did kind of flinch at that quote because it was a bit unnecessary. I was like, I don't understand. It took that for you to realize you were extraordinary. Like, for a love triangle and for you solving riddles, I don't know. I agree. That is so straight on. This book was so bad. Oh my god, I hate this series so much. Not sure how I read the other 2 and enjoyed them, because the 3rd installment felt like stuffing my mouth full of crackers and trying to swallow without water. I don't have to suffer anymore. so far, I agree with some of the things people have said, but not all of them. I always love kind of the riddles and the puzzles aspect, because it's just interesting to how creative the author can get with how many puzzles she creates. So that was fun. That's always fun for me. But I agree to some things, where some things were cringy and some things just didn't need to happen. Okay, last 2. Are we ready? Okay, it actually ended. There's not many, and the others are in the other languages, which I cannot understand. Oh my god, I cannot believe that. So that was a lot. So what have we learned from this video is that people have different opinions, obviously. With the first book, I think I agreed the most with Lightlark, because at the end of the book, I was like, okay, I enjoyed the book, but I didn't really understand what I did not enjoy, because it wasn't a straight 5-star for me. And if I'm giving a book 4-star, it means I probably want to give it a 3-star, but I'm just too nice. So I did unfortunately agree with some of the things, such as the book being slow, the characters being bland, and them finding at the end, I cannot say, but it was like, this whole book was for that. Honestly, I was a little bit surprised. I was like, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Like, maybe my brain is just really dumb and I don't understand. The thing that they have found is not this thing, and it's actually something more special and intricate. I was wrong, and I learned that today, because everyone was like, that's what you were looking for. Really sad about they both die at the end. People are brutal. The third one, agree with some of the things, but I agree the most with the first book. But that was actually really fun. It's really nice to see these different perspectives, because I honestly am always in the la 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 kind of perspective, because I just don't like hearing bad things about the things I love. It makes me sad, okay? I just like being nice to things and people. It makes me understand the things that I don't understand. Other people have also not understood, and it's not just a thing about my brain and how I function. If you read any of the 3 books that I mentioned in this video, let me know your 1-star rating if that is what you rated for any of the books that I've read, and make me sad, because I've already read all the sad ones. Might as well be more sad. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!